My name is Jennifer Autry, and I am going to be talking about the future of publishing. I have a dream. That's a famous speech, but I do have a dream. I have a dream that I will someday be holding the book that I have created and written and has been published through a publishing company. That is my dream. However, I am wondering, will my dream come true? This is a picture of me and my family, uh, and we're surrounded by books. I have loved books my entire life, and the thought of writing a book and seeing it published and being able to hold it is a dream for sure. However, with all of technology and the changes that have occurred, I am wondering, will this dream ever come true? Because print books are kind of becoming obsolete and people are tending to go toward the ebooks and not print books. Not only that, publishing companies are kind of not as important as they used to be. The amount of people self-publishing is on the rise. With all of these ebooks, are physical books going to be history? Will I ever be able to hold that book up and say, I have accomplished this? These are all the questions that I have and that I tried to find answers to as I wrote my research paper. The answers, of course, are yes, publishers have had a lot of challenges with self-publishing taking up some of their business, and with electronic books, how do they take care of all the profit margins, and how do they handle the prices and things like that? Those are definite challenges, but they have risen to the challenge of all of these. There's a great quote that I found talking, and I love the quote mostly because of the ending part. And it talked about how they survived wars and recessions and assassination and terrorist attacks. And my favorite too were that they survived a flood of cat books and inane self-help titles. That's a quote from Graco. And all of these things the publishing company has survived. Publishing companies, there's no more than one. And they will continue to survive. And they survive it by meeting all of these things head on. Self-publishing is presenting a threat, but these publishing companies have been around for a long time. And they have a lot to offer, a lot of the big names, especially because they know how to publish books. They spend lots of money marketing, researching what people want, where to market it to, and all of those things. So you could self-publish, but you wouldn't have the benefit of those years of knowledge that the publishing companies have. As far as ebooks, yeah, that's a challenge. Mostly the challenge comes here in finding the right price. Because even if you publish this book as an ebook, when you use a publishing company, you have editors and designers and all of these things that still have to be a part of the ebook process. You don't want an ebook that is hard to read, or the print's bad, or it doesn't translate very well, so you need somebody to design it. You definitely need editors because you need to make sure that the content is good and readable and that people will be interested. And the story and plotline are good and titles are appealing, things like that. So while they have challenges of trying to figure out the ebook prices, they're figuring those out. They're working with the companies. I know that there have been some challenges with Amazon, but the publishing companies are working hard to fight back and to make sure that they get an adequate price for all of the work involved. So the opposing view, obviously, is that self-publishing makes publishing companies unnecessary. It's super easy nowadays to publish. You type up your book. If you want to edit it, you can. If you don't have to. Everybody recommends editing, and it's always good. But it's your choice. You go to a website, you plug in a bunch of information, you can design your cover, you can design your format, you can design the whole entire thing. And then it's your book. You publish it. You get all the profits. You don't have to worry about middlemen and anything like that. Although you do have to work with, like, say, if you put it on Amazon, you have to work with Amazon and they will only give you a certain cut. But it's a lot better of a system, you'd think, right? Well, the problem is there's a couple of things that it doesn't give you. When you work with a publishing company, they have a lot of connections. Not just with big companies like Amazon, but lots of other companies as well. They know how to market your book to create more interest, and they know where to send you for author events and things like that, and where you'll get the most interest and things like that. The other thing that a publishing company does for their author is they give them validation. And validation is pretty important to a writer, just as it's important to just about any profession out there. When you have somebody who appreciates your work, especially somebody who is in the business of making books, and they tell you that was a good idea, this is going to sell, and this is what we need to do to sell it, that is a big boost on the back, so to speak. And you can't discount that, because that is something that a lot of authors aspire to. My friend, whose book was on the last slide, her name is Laura Hughes. That was a self-published book that she recently self-published. She is eagerly looking forward to that moment when she has written a book that she deems good enough and a publishing company deems good enough to market and put all the expense and effort into. So it's something that a lot of authors are looking for. So to just kind of give you a rough overview and sum it up, technology has changed and there's definitely competition in the market, but publishing companies are still going to be around and they're going to be publishing books. It's not something I really talked about before, but people are still buying books. Even though ebooks are on the market, the people are still buying books because they love the sound of a book. They love the feel of a book. They love when they're done being able to shut the book. And those tactile things that a computer screen just can't give you continue to be something that people cherish. There are also some books that just don't translate as well in the ebook variety. So they're around for a long time. So if anybody has any questions, you can feel free to ask. And then this is my lovely bibliography, telling you where I got these lovely pictures and everything. So I hope you guys have had a good day, and thank you very much.